Four alien children beg for help from human commando and call him father. Dust devils danced across the endless red dunes of Iridica 6, whispering secrets no one wanted to hear. In the shadow of a forgotten mining station, a man alone stared at two suns bleeding into the horizon, wondering if silence could bury the ghosts of war forever. Cole Hart wiped sweat from his brow. His salt and pepper hair stuck to his scarred cheek. At 40, he moved like the desert itself, deliberate and worn. Once a commando in the resource wars, he now guarded nothing but echoes in this husk of a place. The Helion station loomed behind him, its rusted girders groaning under 18-hour days that stretched time thin. Wind-scoured panels flapped like loose skin. Inside, the air recyclers hummed faintly, pulling moisture from nothing. He patched a leak in the solar array. Tools clinked against metal. Cole liked the rhythm. No voices, no orders. Just the grind of survival on a planet that chewed men up and spat out bones. He had come here 5 years back, after the last raid. Left the fleet with a commendation and a hole in his chest that no med patch could seal. Now, he fixed what he could, ignored what he couldn't. A sound cut through the howl, faint at first, like a snag in the wind. Cole froze. His hand drifted to the pulse pistol at his hip. Old habit, he scanned the dunes. Nothing but heat haze rippling the sand. Then it came again. A cry, high and broken, human, or close enough. He crested a ridge, squinted against the glare. There, 200 meters out, four small figures struggled across the flats. Three girls dragged a makeshift stretcher, scrap metal and frayed canvas. Their brother lay on it, limp. Cole's gut twisted. Cyanites. Pale skin glowed faintly under the sun. Bald heads catching light like polished stone. Big eyes wide and desperate. The eldest girl spotted him. She waved, voice cracking over the wind. "Help, please! He's dying!" Cole hesitated, turned back. That's what isolation meant, but his boots carried him forward. Each step kicked up red powder. The station faded behind. By the time he reached them, the boy thrashed weakly. The swollen band lax. Bite marks weeping. Skyver snake. Venom burned fast out here. Cole knew it from the front lines. Seen men swell and burst in hours. The girl dropped the stretcher. 14, maybe. Mature beyond her years. "Ava," she said, breathless. "This is Kian. Snake got him at dawn. We can't stop it." Her sisters clustered close. Mira, 12, calm but tears streaking her cheeks. Nia, 10, fidgeted with a loose wire on the stretcher. Mischief in her eyes even now. Kian whimpered, 8 years old. Brave little guy, not screaming. Cole knelt, checked the wound. Pulse weak, skin hot. "How long?" 3 hours, Ava said. "We were heading for the old relay tower. Thought there might be shade." He nodded, no time for questions. "Station's closed. Can you walk?" They could, barely. Cole hoisted the stretcher, muscles burned under his old army jacket, faded green patched at the elbows. He led them back. The girls stumbled in his wake, wind-lashed sand against his neck. Inside the station, shadows cooled the air, cramped barracks off the main bay, bunks stacked like forgotten cargo. Cole laid Kian on a cot. Dust motes swirled in the dim light from a single bulb. He rummaged through the med kit. The rusted latch stuck, finally popped. The vial gleamed, last of the anti-venom, stolen from a battlefield drop years ago. Cole's fingers tightened. Use it, and he tied himself to them. To trouble. But the boy's eyes fluttered, pleading. Mister, Nia piped up. "You gonna fix him?" Cole met her gaze. Those eyes, glowing soft blue, like stars in a void. "Yeah, kid, hold still." He jabbed the needle. Serum hissed into the vein. Kian gasped. Color crept back slowly. Cole sat back, watched, waited. The memory hit then, hard, a battlefield on Epsilon 4, mud and plasma fire, children caught in the crossfire. Cole's squad is too late. Screams cut short by ordnance blasts. He had pulled triggers that day, saved whom he could, but not them. Their faces haunted the quiet hours, little ghosts in the dark. He shook it off, blinked sweat from his eyes. The girls hovered, dehydrated, lips cracked. "Water's in the tank," he grunted. "Pump it slow." Ava filled cups, hands steady. "Thank you. We didn't think anyone lived here." Cole shrugged. "Don't usually." Kian stirred, coughed. "It hurts less." "Good." Cole stood, poured his own cup, gulped. The station felt smaller now. Echoes of their breath filled the space. "Please," Mira said softly, voice like wind over dunes. "Can we stay? Just till he's strong?" Cole paced, boots thudding on the grated floor. Isolation was his armor. These kids, cracks in it, raiders out there, corporations hunting strays, cyanites were marked, genocide whispers on the feeds. But duty stirred, buried deep, like a grenade pin half pulled. "One night," he said finally. "Then you go." Ava nodded, relief in her eyes. "We'll pull our weight." Night fell fast. 2 suns dipped. Station plunged into purple gloom. Cole checked the outer seals, then scavenged the mineshaft access. Old motion sensors, wires frayed. He spliced them to the alarm panel. Red light blinked alive. Perimeter set. Any skyver or worse, it'd scream. Back in the barracks, the kids slept, curled on cots, breathing even. Cole leaned in the doorframe, watched, Ava's arm over Kian, protective. Mira's chest rose steadily. Nia twitched, dreaming maybe of chases through sand. Their eyes, closed now. But he saw the glow still, faint under lids, reminded him of squad mates, lost to the void, humanity in the wasteland, flickering. But there. Cole turned away, settled in the command chair. Console flickered, scanned empty horizons. Wind howled outside, a lullaby of sorts. Slow, deep. He closed his eyes, listened. For the first time in years, the silence felt shared. The alarm stayed quiet, for now. But in the dark, something pulsed. Faint. From the med kit. A signal no one noticed. Yet. Dust swirled beyond the Helion station's viewport, the twin suns of Iridica 6 sinking into a bruised horizon. Cole Hart sat rigid in the command chair, his scarred cheek twitching as a fireball tore through the night sky, shaking the station's rusted frame. He grabbed his pulse pistol, instincts flaring. 40 years old, salt and pepper hair matted with sweat. He moved like a man who'd fought too many wars. His faded green army jacket hung loose, patched at the elbows. The barracks smelled of stale air and metal, recyclers humming weakly in the cramped space. The kids stirred on their cots. Ava's glowing eyes snapped open, alert. "Hey, stay put, all right?" Cole muttered, voice rough as he glanced at Ava. She nodded, clutching Kian's hand. The boy mumbled, still pale from the anti-venom. Cole slipped outside, boots crunching on warm sand. 3 kilometers out, a wreckage glowed, sparks spitting into the dark. The wind carried a low hum, like an engine choking. Trouble, always trouble. The crash site stank of burnt alloy and fuel. A sleek craft lay crumpled, half buried in a dune. Cole circled, pistol raised. A cough came from the cockpit, weak but alive. He pried open a warped panel, metal screeching. Inside, a woman slumped, blood streaking her jade skin, long black hair tangled over a torn bodysuit. "Amara Vell," she said, voice sharp despite a wince. "Ex-analyst for House Marcellus." Her golden eyes met his, fierce and unyielding. What the hell? You're out here. Middle of nowhere?" Cole asked, eyeing the palm-sized device she clutched. A quantum key, its faint glow pulsing. "What's that thing?" It's proof, okay?" Amara said, catching her breath. "Helion dynamics. They supplied the weapons. Cyanite genocide. 4 million dead. Chemical attacks. I got it all here." Her words hit like a gut punch. Cole's jaw tightened. He'd heard rumors in the war. Never wanted them true. He helped her up, her legs wobbling but stubborn. The ship was trashed, its fusion core cracked, leaking faint radiation into the sand. Cole rigged a stretcher from debris, dragging her back to the station. The kids crowded the bay door. Ava gasped at Amara's jade skin. She's like us, Mira whispered, her calm eyes bright with hope. Nia peeked, curious, while Kian gave a weak wave, still groggy. Cole set Amara in the barracks, rigging a shelter with scrap metal and a solar tarp. The station felt smaller, voices crowding the air. He wanted her gone. That key spelled danger. Look, you can rest, he said, voice low. But when you're walking, you're out of here. Amara stared, her golden eyes cutting through him. You don't get it, do you? They're coming. For me. For this key. For those kids. She pointed at the cots. Helion's hunting cyanites. You saved that boy, so... Yeah, you're in this now. Cole turned, fists clenched. His mind churned. War had broken him once. He'd fled to this desert to rot alone. But those kids, Amara's fire, they cracked something in him. He rummaged through crate, pretending to check supplies. Water, rations, anything to dodge her words. Ava approached, holding the empty anti-venom vial. Mr. Cole? It's blinking. She pointed to a tiny pulse in the vial's base. Cole grabbed it, squinting. A light. Not random. His gut sank. Amara limped over, her scanner humming. Her face hardened. Nano beacon. Helion tech. It's been pinging since you used it. What the hell? Cole snapped, gripping the vial tight. You're saying I screwed us? By saving him? His voice cracked, raw. Nia froze, her mischievous hands clutching Mira's arm. Kian whimpered, curling tighter. It's not your fault, Amara said, hesitating. You saved him. That's what matters. But Helion, they track everything. They're coming. She tucked the quantum key into her bodysuit, wincing as she sat. Cole paced, boots thudding on the grated floor. The station felt like a trap. He'd saved Kian to keep the ghosts away, not to call more. But that signal was out there, whispering to hunters. He glanced at the kids. Ava's steady gaze, Mira's quiet strength, Nia's nervous fidgeting, Kian's shallow breaths. Then Amara, her courage like a blade. Stay or go, it's bad news, he muttered, half to himself. But, nobody's dying. Not here. He grabbed a wrench, heading for the power core. Needed to keep the grid up. Sensors live. If Helion was coming, he'd see them. Amara followed, limping. You don't trust me, she said, voice flat. But you know I'm right. You've seen what they do, haven't you? Cole stopped, back to her. Yeah, too much. His voice was gravelly. Epsilon 4 flashed in his mind. Screams. Ash. Cyanite camps burned. He'd followed orders then. Now he had a choice. The barracks hummed. Recyclers groaned. Outside, the wind howled, heavy with what was coming. Cole turned. Amara's eyes burned. No fear, just fire. Something stirred in him. A spark in the void. Get some sleep, he told her, softer now. Gonna need it. Amara nodded, easing onto a cot. The kids watched, silent. Cole stood at the viewport, staring into the night. Stars burned cold. Somewhere a signal pulsed. Something was listening. The Heliox station creaked under the weight of dawn, its rusted walls baking as Iridica 6's twin suns climbed. Cole Hart stood at the console, his scarred cheek taut, eyes scanning the sensors. The nano beacon's pulse gnawed at him. A traitor in the medkit. He'd saved Kian, but at what cost? The barracks buzzed with quiet tension. Ava tended to Kian, her steady hands checking his pulse. Mira and Nia sorted rations, their glowing eyes flicking to Amara, who sat hunched over her scanner, the quantum key hidden in her torn bodysuit. A low rumble shook the floor. Cole's hand snapped to his pulse pistol. Outside, a patched-up freighter settled on the landing pad, its 60-meter hull scarred and wheezing. The Starling. A smuggler's ship. Cole's jaw tightened. More trouble. He stepped out, jacket flapping in the hot wind, and met the pilot at the ramp. Ray Delgado, middle-aged tan skin, red hair tied tight under a leather jacket. Her grin was sharp, like she'd seen too many deals go sour. "Hey, big guy," Ray said, leaning against the ramp. "Heard this place was a ghost town. Got any, spare parts? Thrusters are shot. Need heliox conductors like yesterday." Cole squinted, hand still near his pistol. "What you got to trade?" "Food, water. Enough for those kids I see lurking." Ray nodded toward the station. Nia peeked from the door, mischief in her eyes. "Looks like you're running a daycare now, huh?" Cole grunted. "Talk inside." He led her to the barracks, sensors still clear. Ray dropped a crate of dehydrated rations and water packs. The kids swarmed, Ava rationing portions with a frown. Kian nibbled a bar, color back in his cheeks. Ray's charm worked fast. "You're a lifesaver," Mira said softly, her calm voice grateful. "Hey, I do what I can," Ray said, winking. But her eyes darted to the station's tech, lingering on the power core's exposed wiring. Cole caught it, didn't trust her. He stashed Amara's quantum key in a shielded vault, its lock clicking shut. "Parts are in the mine shaft," he told Ray. "Take what you need, then you're gone." "Deal," Ray said too quickly. She headed out, her comm buzzing faintly as she walked. Cole's gut twisted. Something off. He checked the vault again, its hum steady. Amara watched him, her golden eyes sharp. "She's trouble," she whispered. "Smugglers don't just stop by." "Yeah, I know," Cole muttered. "But we need the supplies." He rubbed his neck, the weight of the beacon still heavy. Amara's scanner chirped. She held up the anti-venom vial, its tiny light pulsing. "This thing's still transmitting," she said, voice low. "Helion's got our coordinates. We're on borrowed time." "What the hell?" Cole snapped, pacing. "I saved the kid, and it screws us all?" His voice cracked, raw. Nia flinched, clutching Mira's arm. Ava stood, fists clenched. "We'll help," she said, voice steady. "Whatever's coming, we're not helpless." Cole stopped, meeting her gaze. 14, but tougher than most soldiers he'd known. He nodded slowly. "All right, we prep. Now." Ray returned, hauling a crate of conductors. Her grin faltered when she saw the kids' tense faces. "Whoa, what's with the gloom? I'm the good guy here." She dropped the crate, dusting her hands. Cole ignored her, turning to Amara. "Can you kill that beacon?" "Not without frying the station's systems," Amara said, frowning. "It's woven into the nanotech. Helion's smart. Too smart." She tucked the quantum key deeper into her bodysuit, her movements quick, nervous. Ray lingered, watching. Cole caught her glance at the console. "You got somewhere to be?" he asked, voice hard. "Nah, just curious," Ray said, shrugging. "This place is a fortress, huh?" Her comm buzzed again. She silenced it fast. Too fast. Cole's eyes narrowed, but he let it slide. For now. In the frontier town, 200 kilometers away, Ray's message landed. A quick deal. Station coordinates for 200 credits. She'd sent it from the Starling's cockpit, her hands shaking. Survival, she told herself. She'd lost too much in the war to care about some recluse and strays. But back at the station, guilt gnawed. The kids' glowing eyes. Amara's quiet strength. Cole's gruff protection. She pushed it down, focusing on her ship's repairs. Cole and Amara sat by the console, the station's hum filling the silence. "You're not like them," Amara said, hesitant. "The soldiers I knew, you care. Even if you don't want to admit it." "Don't," Cole said, voice low. "Just don't." He stared at the sensors, memories of Epsilon 4 flickering, burned camps, cyanite bodies. He'd walked away from that war. Now it was here, in his home. Amara leaned closer, her voice soft. "I get it. You're scared. But those kids, they need you. And, maybe I do too." Her golden eyes held his, steady. Cole looked away, throat tight. Something shifted in him. Not trust, but a crack in the wall. "Get to work," he said finally. "We fortify this place. No one gets in." He stood, grabbing a map of the mines. Amara nodded, her scanner humming again. The kids watched, silent but ready. Outside, the wind howled, carrying the faint pulse of the beacon, a signal reaching ears it shouldn't. Ray's deal was done, and something was coming. The Helion station baked under Eridika 6's twin suns, its rusted walls glowing red in the midday heat. Cole Hart stood in the mineshaft entrance, his scarred cheeks slick with sweat, mapping a 5-kilometer network of tunnels. The air smelled of dust and explosive ore, faint sparks crackling in the dark. His faded green jacket hung heavy, patched elbows catching on jagged rock. The nano-beacon's betrayal burned in his mind. He'd saved Kian, but now Helion was coming. The station wasn't just a hideout anymore. It was a battleground. Inside, Ava and Mira rigged traps, their glowing eyes focused. Ava, 14 and steady, wired pressure plates to salvage mining charges, her hands deft from patching up her siblings. Mira, 12, moved with quiet precision, securing cables. "This one's live," Ava said, wiping her brow. "Step on it and boom. Big boom." "Good," Cole grunted, checking their work. "Keep it tight, no mistakes." He handed Ava a detonator, its casing scratched but functional. Nia and Kian worked nearby, stacking steel plates for a bunker. Nia, 10, fidgeted, her mischievous hands quick despite the heat. Kian, still pale, hammered bolts, his small frame stubborn. "We got this, Mr. Cole," Nia said, grinning. "Like, nobody's getting in here, right?" Cole nodded, half a smile breaking through. "Yeah, kid. Nobody." He glanced at Amara, who hunched over the station's old defense grid, her jade skin catching the console's glow. She'd hacked 3 heat sensors, rigging them to lure enemies into traps. "These are online," she said, voice sharp but tired. "They'll think we're in the east tunnels. Buy us time." "Time's all we got," Cole muttered, checking the power core. The grid flickered, solar array struggling. He rerouted energy, prioritizing defenses. The hum steadied, but barely. Outside, the wind howled, sand scratching the station's hull like claws. Ray Delgado lingered in the bay, her leather jacket scuffed, red hair tied tight. Her crate of conductors sat untouched, her deal with the frontier town dealer a secret gnawing at her. She watched the kids, guilt twisting her gut. "Hey, you sure this place'll hold?" she asked Cole, voice too casual. "Looks like it's one gust from falling apart." "It'll hold," Cole said, eyes narrowing. He didn't trust her. That buzz from her comm earlier stuck in his head. "You staying or going?" "Staying for now," Ray said, shrugging. "Kids need me, right?" She forced a grin, but her hands shook as she adjusted her jacket. She'd sold them out for 200 credits. Survival, she told herself. Now watching Nia stack plates, she wasn't so sure. Amara's scanner chirped. She glanced up, golden eyes meeting Cole's. "You're different," she said quietly. "I mean, you're all gruff and whatever, but you're teaching them, protecting them. It's not just instinct, is it?" "Don't start," Cole said, voice low. "Just keep those sensors running." He turned away, but her words hit. He felt it. The station wasn't just metal and dust anymore. It was alive. Purpose hummed in his bones, replacing years of numbness. He shook it off, grabbing a map. "Mines are our edge," he told the group. 5 kilometers of choke points. We funnel them, we win. Ava nodded, tying off a charge. "Like the raiders back at camp. We hid in caves, picked them off." Her voice was steady, but her eyes flicked to Kian, still weak. Cole crouched beside her. "You did well then. Do better now." He showed her an evasion tactic, his commando training sharp. "Move low. Use cover. Like this." He demonstrated sliding behind a crate. Ava copied, quick to learn. Nia piped up, hammering a bolt. "What if they got like big guns or robots?" "Then we got traps. Cole said. And brains. He tapped his temple, scarred cheek twitching. Nia grinned, reassured. Amara watched, her perspective shifting. Cole's trauma hung heavy, but he was changing. Leading. She admired it but worried. His past could cloud his calls. She kept working, fingers flying over the console. The quantum key sat heavy in her bodysuit, its data their only weapon. Ray lingered, her guilt a knot. She thought of confessing, but Cole's hard stare stopped her. She'd sold their location. Now dust clouds rose 20 kilometers out. A rumble grew. Not the wind, engines. Cole caught it, checking the sensors. They're here, he said, voice like gravel. Get to the bunker. The kids scrambled. Kian stumbled, but Ava caught him. We're okay, she whispered, her voice firm. Nia grabbed a wrench, ready to swing. Mira guided them to the bunker, its steel plates gleaming dully. Cole grabbed his pulse rifle, its 200-meter range, his best shot. Amara, you with me? He asked, not looking back. Yeah, she said, grabbing a handheld scanner. Let's make 'em pay. Her voice shook, but her eyes didn't. Ray hesitated, then grabbed a toolkit. I'm in too, she said, avoiding Cole's gaze. Her betrayal burned, but she couldn't run. Not yet. Cole climbed to the station's tower, rifle ready. The dust clouds grew, glints of metal within, drop ships, Helion's hunters. The beacon had done its job. He glanced at the barracks where the kids hid. Amara's sensors blinked. The mines waited. His blood hummed, alive again. War was here, and he wasn't running. The Helion station trembled as drop ships roared over Iridica 6's dunes, their armored hulls glinting under the twin suns. Cole Hart crouched in the tower, pulse rifle steady, his scarred cheeks slick with sweat. His faded green jacket blended with the rusted metal around him. The console beside him flickered, sensors screaming. 50 soldiers, Helion's ordinators, led by Commander Rook, a half-machine killer with a red eye that burned through dust. Cole's gut churned. The nanobeacon had called them, his act of saving Kian now a noose tightening around the station. Below in the barracks, Amara worked frantically, her jade skin glowing faintly as she hunched over a cracked console. Her fingers danced, broadcasting a decoy signal to lure the ordinators toward a barren canyon. Come on, you bastard, she muttered, voice sharp. Take the bait. The quantum key sat heavy in her bodysuit, its data their only leverage. She glanced at the bunker door where Ava, Mira, Nia, and Kian hid, their glowing eyes wide with fear as the station shook. Cole spotted Rook through his scope, 300 meters out. Tall, silver-gray skin, one mechanical arm gleaming. That red eye scanned, locking onto the beacon's pulse. Surrender the key and the cyanites. Rook's voice boomed over a comm, cold and mechanical. Or perish. Yeah, screw you, Cole muttered, finger on the trigger. He fired a mine trap's detonator. A tunnel collapsed with a deafening roar, dust and rock swallowing 10 ordinators. Shouts echoed, cut short by falling debris. Cole's heart pounded, old commando instincts sharp. He aimed his rifle at 200-meter range, picking off 2 stragglers. Their armor sparked, bodies dropping into the sand. Amara's decoy worked. Half the ordinators veered east, chasing ghosts. Got him, she said, a grim smile breaking through. But Rook's still coming. Her scanner chirped, tracking his advance. She glanced at Cole's silhouette in the tower, his focus unbreakable. He was a wall, but she saw cracks, trauma in his tight jaw, duty in his steady hands. In the bunker, the kids huddled. Ava held Kian, whispering, We're okay, all right? Just stay quiet. Her voice was steady, but her hands shook. Mira sat calmly, eyes on the steel door. Nia clutched a wrench, muttering, What if they, blast through? What then? Kian, still weak, gripped her hand, brave despite his fevered flush. The station rattled, explosions shaking the walls. Ray Delgado stood in the bay, Her leather jacket scuffed, red hair loose now. Her hands trembled on the Starling's controls, parked just outside. She'd sold them out. Those 200 credits burned in her mind. The kids' faces, Ava's trust, Cole's gruff protection, they haunted her. "What the hell did I do?" she whispered, staring at the dust clouds. She could run, should run, but her feet stayed planted. Cole fired again, dropping another ordinator. "Amara, status," he called over the comm, voice rough. "You got that key ready?" "Almost," she said, fingers flying. "Decrypting's a pain, but I'm close. Just keep 'em off me, okay?" Her voice cracked, urgency bleeding through. The console sparked, old tech fighting her. She cursed under her breath, rewiring on the fly. Rook advanced, his plasma blade humming, cutting through a steel beam like paper. Cole tracked him, heart racing. "He's too close," he muttered. He slid down the tower ladder, boots hitting the grated floor. Needed to draw Rook away from the barracks. He sprinted to a ridge, kicking up sand, and fired a flare into a mineshaft. It sparked, luring a squad toward another trap. Ray watched from the bay, her comm buzzing with frontier chatter. Her betrayal had brought this. "God damn it," she said, slamming a fist on the Starling's console. She saw Nia's wrench, Ava's steady hands, and Kian's weak smile. Her gut twisted. She couldn't stay, couldn't leave. "Screw it," she muttered, starting the ship's engines. Not to run, to fight. Amara's console pinged. "Decryption's at 80%, she said, voice tense. "If I can broadcast, Helion's done. But I need time." She glanced at the bunker. The kids' fear was a weight, but their trust pushed her harder. She rewired a circuit, sparks biting her fingers. Cole took cover behind a dune, rifle hot in his hands. Rook's red eye glowed through the dust, locking onto him. "You're predictable, human," Rook said, voice like a machine's hum. "Emotions make you weak." "Keep talking," Cole growled, firing. The shot grazed Rook's arm, sparking metal. Cole ducked, rolling into a gully. His blood sang, alive with purpose. The kids were counting on him. Amara, too. He glanced at the station, its rusted frame a fortress now. His fortress. The ground shook again. Another dropship landed, disgorging more ordinators. Cole's traps were thinning them, but not enough. He checked his ammo. Low. "Amara, hurry the hell up," he muttered into the comm. "Working on it," she snapped back, voice frayed. The console hummed, decryption climbing. Outside, the wind howled, sand stinging the station's walls. Ray's ship rumbled, lifting slightly. Cole caught the sound, eyes narrowing. Was she running? Or something else? The kids huddled tighter, the bunker's steel creaking. Ava whispered, "He's got this. He's gotta." Her voice was a prayer. Nia nodded, gripping her wrench like a lifeline. The station shook, dust falling. Something was coming closer, and the beacon's pulse never stopped. Dust choked the air as Iridica 6's twin suns blazed. The Helion station, a battered fortress under siege. Cole Hart crouched in a narrow pass, pulse rifle hot, his scarred cheek streaked with sweat and sand. His faded green jacket snagged on jagged rock as he lured Commander Rook deeper into the mines. The half-machine killer's red eye glowed through the haze, his plasma blade humming, slicing boulders like cloth. Cole's heart pounded, old commando instincts razor sharp. The nano-beacon had brought this war, but he'd end it. For the kids. For Amara. Inside the station, Amara's fingers flew over the cracked console, her jade skin glowing under its flickering light. The quantum key's decryption hit 100%. "Got it!" she shouted, voice raw. She broadcast the genocide data, Helion's crimes, to 12 star systems. "Let's see you hide now," she muttered, a grim smile breaking through. Her golden eyes flicked to the bunker where Ava, Mira, Nia, and Kian hid, the steel door trembling with each explosion. Cole triggered another trap. A mining charge detonated, vaporizing a dropship in a fireball that scattered 15 ordinators. Shrapnel rained, screams cut short. He ducked behind a dune. sand stinging his face. Rook's voice crackled over the comm, cold as steel. Your traps are futile, human. Emotions cloud your logic. Cole gritted his teeth. Yeah? Come get me then, he muttered, firing a shot that sparked off Rook's armor. In the bunker, the kids huddled, the walls shaking. Ava held Kian, her steady voice a lifeline. We're okay, buddy. Just hold on. Kian, pale but brave, nodded, gripping her hand. Mira sat calmly, eyes on the door. Nia, clutching her wrench, whispered, What if they, get in? What do we do? Then she froze. A heat sensor blinked outside. Her mischief kicked in. She darted to a control panel, flipping a switch. A distant explosion roared as a mine collapsed, trapping a squad. Take that, she yelled, fist pumping. Amara's broadcast went viral, chatter erupting across the systems. Helion Dynamics supplied chemical weapons, the data screamed. 4 million cyanites dead. Colonies buzzed, outrage spreading. Amara slumped, exhausted but fierce. It's out, she said into the comm. Cole, you hear me? We did it. Her voice shook, hope and fear tangled. Outside, Ray Delgado's Starling roared into the sky, its patched hull rattling. She'd sold them out, but guilt had clawed her back. God damn it, Ray, what are you doing? She muttered, gripping the controls. She aimed for an enemy supply ship, ramming it with a crunch of metal. The Ordinator's reinforcements faltered, comms scrambling. Ray's voice crackled over Cole's comm. Hey, I'm back. Don't shoot me, all right? Cole's eyes narrowed, but he didn't respond. Not yet. Cole faced Rook in the pass, dust swirling like a storm. The cyborg lunged, plasma blades slicing Cole's arm. Blood soaked his jacket, pain searing. You're done, human, Rook said, voice flat. Emotions are errors. Cole stumbled, then rolled, luring Rook under a rigged beam. He yanked a detonator pin. The beam crashed, pinning Rook's legs. Sparks flew from his mechanical arm. Cole staggered up, blood dripping. Emotions make me fight, he growled, slamming a rock into Rook's core. The red eye flickered, then died. The kids felt the silence after the blast. Ava's breath caught. Is it over? She whispered. Nia peeked through a bunker slit, wrench still in hand. I think we got him, she said, voice shaky but proud. Mira hugged Kian, her calm breaking into a rare smile. The station groaned, dust settling. Amara's console pinged. The broadcast was spreading, reaching 20 systems now. She leaned back, heart racing. Her perspective shifted. Cole's fight wasn't just survival. It was defiance. Humanity's strength, not weakness. She glanced at the bunker, the kids' glowing eyes a beacon of hope. Cole limped back, arm bleeding, rifle slung. The remaining Ordinators scattered, their comms dead without Rook. He reached the station, collapsing against a wall. Amara, he rasped into the comm. You good? Yeah, she said, voice soft but firm. You did it, Cole. We did it. She stepped out, helping him stand. Their eyes met, a spark in the chaos. Not love, not yet, but something close. Ray landed the Starling, its hull smoking. She climbed out, hands raised. I screwed up, she said, voice breaking. But I'm here now, okay? Cole stared, blood and dust caking his face. He nodded once. Enough for now. The station stood, battered but whole. The mines smoked, traps spent. The kids emerged, Ava leading Kian, Nia twirling her wrench, Mira steady as ever. They looked at Cole, Amara, and Ray. A unit. Not a family yet, but close. Outside, the wind howled, softer now. The beacon was silent, but the fight wasn't over. Helion would answer for this, and Cole wasn't running anymore. The Heliox station stood battered, its rusted walls scarred by blasts, but still defying Iridica 6's howling winds. Cole Hart slumped against a crate, blood seeping through his torn green jacket, his scarred cheek pale under dust and sweat. His arm throbbed where Rook's plasma blade had sliced, but the cyborg was gone, core crushed, red-eyed, dark. The remaining ordinators fled, their dropships limping into the dunes, comms dead. The silence hit hard, broken only by the station's creaking frame and the faint hum of Amara's console, still broadcasting Helion's crimes to 20-star systems. Inside the barracks, Amara leaned over Cole, her jade skin catching the dim light. "You look like hell," she said, voice shaky but sharp. "Hold still." She grabbed a scavenged med kit, her golden eyes scanning his wounds. Ava rushed out of the bunker, her glowing eyes wide. "Mr. Cole, you're hurt," she said, voice cracking. She knelt, pulling bandages with steady hands, her basic medical knowledge kicking in. "We got this, okay? Just don't move." Cole grunted, pain spiking. "I'm fine, kid," he muttered, but his voice was weak. Mira and Nia followed, Kian leaning on them, his small frame stronger now. Nia twirled her wrench, nervous. "Did we, win? I mean, they're gone, right?" Mira's calm gaze met Cole's, waiting for an answer. "Yeah," Cole said, wincing as Ava wrapped his arm. "For now." He glanced at Amara, her fingers quick with a suture patch. The Quantum Keys broadcast had spread, sparking outrage. 8 colonies were already calling for sanctions against House Marcellus and Helion Dynamics. The data was a firestorm, exposing 4 million cyanite deaths. Cole's chest tightened. He'd fought wars, but this felt bigger, personal. Ray Delgado stepped into the barracks, her leather jacket scorched, red hair loose and wild. Her Starling sat outside, smoking from its ramming run. She hesitated, hands fidgeting. "Hey, Cole," she started, voice low. "I screwed up. Big time. I sold your location, Frontier Town, 200 credits. Thought it was just survival, you know?" She looked at the kids, guilt raw in her eyes. "I'm sorry." Cole's jaw clenched, his good hand twitching toward his pistol. "You what?" he growled, voice like gravel. Ava froze, bandage half-tied. Nia's wrench dropped with a clang. Amara stood, her golden eyes narrowing. "You brought them here?" she said, voice sharp. "What the hell, Ray?" I know," Ray said, hands up. "I was wrong. But I came back, didn't I? Rammed their damn ship. I'm trying to fix it." Her voice broke, raw and human. She looked at Kian, his glowing eyes wide. "I ain't leaving you guys, not now." Cole stared, blood and rage pounding in his skull. He wanted to throw her out, let the dunes take her. But the kids watched, and Amara's steady gaze held him. "You stay," he said finally, voice low. "But you pull your weight. No more games." Ray nodded, relief flickering. Amara's perspective sharpened. Cole's sacrifice, his blood, his fight, wasn't weakness. It was a strength. Humanity's defiance against machines like Rook. She saw it in his eyes, the shift from recluse to protector. "You did more than fight," she said softly, tying off his bandage. "You gave us a chance." "Don't get sappy," Cole muttered, but his scarred cheek twitched, almost a smile. He stood, shaky but stubborn, and checked the sensors. Clear. For now. His mind churned. The war wasn't over, but he wasn't the man who'd hidden here, running from ghosts. Epsilon 4's screams still echoed, but these kids, this fight, they drowned them out. He was their shield now. The kids gathered, Ava leading Kian, his steps stronger. Mira's calm held them steady, while Nia's mischief sparked again. "So, what's next? We just sit here?" Nia asked, kicking a crate. Kian grinned, weak but alive. "I want to see the star," he said softly. Amara's console pinged, a faint signal from Sanctum Aurelia, 3 light-years away, a hidden planet. "Refuge. That's our way out," she said, voice firm. "Cyanite survivors are there. We can make it." Her eyes met Cole's, a silent question. He nodded. "We move. Together." The words felt final, like a vow. He wasn't running anymore. Not from them. Not from himself. Ray started salvaging parts from the Ordinator's wrecked ships, her hands quick, redeeming herself with action. "I'll get the Starling ready," she said, voice steadier. "She's beat up, but she'll fly." She glanced at the kids, her guilt easing. She'd protect them now. No more deals. The group worked, gathering supplies, water packs, rations. Amara secured the quantum key. Its glow was dim but heavy with truth. The station's air felt lighter, the hum of recyclers a faint heartbeat. Outside, the dunes stretched endlessly, but the wind was softer, the sun's dipping low. Cole stood at the viewport, arm bandaged, rifle slung. The kids' glowing eyes reflected in the glass. Ava's strength, Mira's calm, Nia's spark, Keon's bravery, Amara's fire. Even Ray, flawed but fighting. They were his now, not just strays, his to protect. The signal from Sanctum Aurelia pulsed, a beacon in the void. A new fight waited, but for the first time, Cole felt ready. The Starling's engines groaned, its patched hull shuddering as it lifted from Iridica 6's red dunes. Cole Hart sat in the co-pilot's seat, his scarred cheek pale, bandaged arm stiff but steady. His faded green jacket hung loose, bloodstains fading into the fabric. The Heliox station shrank below, a rusted relic swallowed by sand. Amara sat nearby, her jade skin catching the cockpit's dim glow, the quantum key secure in her bodysuit. Ava, Mira, Nia, and Keon huddled in the hold, their glowing eyes wide, staring through a viewport at the stars. Ray Delgado gripped the controls, her red hair loose, leather jacket scuffed but proud. The ship rattled, barely holding, but it flew. 3 light years later, Sanctum Aurelia emerged from a nebulous haze, a lush planet, 70% forest, green valleys sprawling under a blue sky. The Starling descended, landing in a clearing where Cyanite refugees, 2,000 strong, rebuilt their lives. Cole stepped onto soft soil, the air sweet with pine and water, a stark contrast to Iridica 6's choke of dust. His boots sank, grounding him. For the first time, the weight of war felt lighter. The kid spilled out. Keon stronger now, his small hand in Ava's. It's pretty," he said, voice soft, eyes glowing brighter in the daylight. Ava knelt, scooping dirt. "Look, Keon," she said, smiling. "We can grow stuff here." She showed him how to plant a seed, her steady hands guiding his. Mira wandered, her calm gaze taking in the trees. Nia ran ahead laughing, her mischief free at last. "This place is, like, huge," she yelled, dodging a root. Amara walked beside Cole, her golden eyes scanning the valley. "This is it," she said, voice quiet but sure. "Home. For them. For us." Her hand brushed his, not quite holding, but close. Cole didn't pull away. His chest stirred, not with ghost, but something warmer. He saw her courage, her fire, and it anchored him. She saw his shift, from recluse to protector, scars and all. "You're not running anymore," she said, half a question. "Nah," Cole muttered, voice low. "Done with that." He glanced at the kids, their laughter echoing. Ava's strength, Mira's quiet, Nia's spark, and Keon's bravery, they'd pulled him back from the void. He wasn't the man who'd hidden in the desert, drowning in Epsilon or Phi's screams. He was theirs now, a shield, a guide. Ray joined the Refugee Protection Force, her Starling repurposed for supply runs. "Guess I'm, respectable now," she said, grinning at Cole. Her guilt had faded, replaced by purpose. She'd sold them out once, but her ram into the Ordinator ship, her choice to stay, had earned her place. "You need me, I'm here," she told Ava, ruffling Keon's bald head. He giggled, glowing eyes bright. The group stood in the valley, Cyanite refugees welcoming them with food and woven blankets. A distant transmission crackled over Ray's comm. Helion's leaders faced trials, their empire crumbling under the weight of Amara's broadcast. 8 colonies had sanctioned House Marcellus. More would follow. The truth was out, a fire no one could douse. Cole and Amara lingered by a stream, the blue sky mirroring their quiet. "You ever think it'd end like this?" she asked, voice soft, almost lost in the water's murmur. "Didn't think I'd get an end," Cole said honestly. "War took that from me, left me running, hiding." He paused, staring at the horizon. "But you, those kids, you dragged me back, made me fight, not for orders, for something real." His scarred cheek twitched, a half smile breaking through. "Family ain't blood. It's choosing to stand, to bleed, to keep 'em safe. That's what I learned here. That's what I'll carry." Amara nodded, her golden eyes warm. "You're home, Cole," she said. "We all are." The kids ran up, Nia tugging Cole's sleeve. "Come on, Mr. Cole. They got, like, actual fruit here," she said, waving a purple berry. Kian laughed, chasing her. Ava and Mira followed, their glowing eyes bright with hope. Cole watched, his heart steady. The ghosts of Epsilon 4 were quiet now, drowned by laughter, by life. He stood with Amara, the stream song wrapping them in peace. Ray's starling hummed nearby, ready for its next run. The valley stretched wide, green, and alive. Cole whispered, "From now on, I don't run." His scars, his past, were proof of the fight. The kids' glowing eyes, Amara's fire, Ray's redemption, they were his home. The stars above burned bright, and for the first time, Cole felt they were his too.